News Sunday. And I don't know about you, but for me, often when I go to my social media, when I'm watching the news, when I see those updates that pop on my phone, you know, the truth is it can be a little depressing. And so this Sunday, today, we have declared Good News Sunday. And you say, well, why is that Good News Sunday? I want to tell you it's Good News Sunday for a reason. We are celebrating all that God has done through outreach this year. Today, we are going to highlight not only our global partners, but we're going to highlight what's happening here locally. And so you're going to walk away today having some really great news in your life. So to begin with, I wanted to highlight some of our global partners. Now you're like, well, what's a global partner? I'm glad you asked. A global partner is an individual or family that we support that are all over the world. $175,000 is going to support our global servants. That is absolutely amazing, Crossroads. But here's the deal. Your generosity above and beyond has enabled us to do some really special projects with some of these global partners around the world. So I'm super excited to share these highlights and for you to hear this good news. Crossroads, your above and beyond generosity has enabled us to do some amazing special projects around the world. And so I want to take a minute and highlight some of those and celebrate that good news with you. In Thailand, we have the Dieselburgers who are working to abolish trafficking. And part of their ministry is providing a space, education, and training for women who are leaving that industry. In fact, this year, they expanded their building. There's such a great need that they reached out to Crossroads and said, can you help us expand our building so we can house and train more young ladies? And Crossroads, you answered that call. Not only did you help finish that construction project, that expansion, but you also helped provide 1 year of salary for a new staff member so they could help provide that extra help. Amazing, $20,500 used in an incredible way. Let's go to Chile, where the Bullocks are working. That's right, the Bullocks are doing some incredible work in Chile. Dwight is working on clean water projects in rural areas. Areas that don't have access to clean water. Crossroads, you're helping with this generosity provide clean water. Not only clean water, but they're also working by providing education in girls' clubs, taking young ladies, reminding them of God's value, training and equipping them to move into successful futures. $2,350, Crossroads, well done. As we jump over the globe and we head to Nepal, that we're gonna find that Crossroads, your giving has provided sustainable farming. In fact, the Tamangs in Nepal, we helped purchase a fish pond. This fish pond not only provides for them, but it provides for the village, $2,000. We're going to travel to Uganda, and we're going to find your support help provide 1 year of serving for the Thomas family in Uganda, meeting the needs of many there. Additionally, we travel back to the U.S., where we find missionary support for a young man who's learning to fly. We help supply his training to educate him, to help him learn to fly planes. He's going to take that knowledge back to where he's serving in Malaysia to meet the many different needs of that community. Finally, I want to take us to Hungary. And in Hungary, we find the Stantons. You might remember the Stantons. They came out and celebrated with them. We brought them on. It was an amazing weekend together. They're doing some incredible work with children. In fact, your $7,000 that in special giving that went to this project provided computer lab. It provided more tech stuff. Not only that, but it's helping them address some of the refugee crisis that's taking place. Crossroads, all in all, your generosity over this year, in addition to what you faithfully give week in and week out, has provided $35,000 of amazing work around the globe. And my friends, that is good news. But the good news doesn't stop there. In fact, we want to continue the celebration. We want to continue rejoicing together about what's happening right here in our own backyard. And I've got a special message from Pastor Matt for you to hear.
Do you remember when the Pharisees came to Jesus asking him what the greatest commandment was? And the way that Jesus answered was like this, that the greatest commandment in all of the scriptures is to love the Lord your God with all of your heart, with all of your mind, and with all of your soul. And I wonder in that moment if Jesus paused to watch if they were hearing him. And as he saw the smiles come across their faces of self-assurance, he added this, and the second one is just like it, love your neighbor as yourself. At Crossroads Church, we take the commands of Jesus seriously, to love people, to serve people, to come alongside the least of these and to bring hope into their worlds. As we think about the Crossroads Community Center, this is really the vision, to empower people to a greater future, to a better future through the transformational love of Jesus, empowering them through economic, social, mental, physical needs, and bringing flourishing into their lives. And the dream as we enter into 2022 is to one day see these hallways filled with people who are in need, and these rooms filled with partnerships that we've built across the community to bring about help into these lives, and for the people of Crossroads to be involved in all of this, bringing the hope of Jesus to a world that desperately needs it. When it comes to the Crossroads Community Center, I've asked Chip Case, our longtime business administrator, to come and run this center as its director. One of the things that I've seen in Chip for a long time is a pastoral heart that he has, and one that God had given to him at a very young age. Over the years, I've been able to witness firsthand Chip's pastoral heart here at Crossroads Church, not only through the way that he handles the business of this church, but also through various ministries that he's been a part of through the years. And so I'm super excited to come to him and to ask him if he would be willing to lead this Crossroads Community Center in a way that would bring the flourishing of people kind of to the top, and would do so in such a way that we're not just serving to serve people, but we're actually serving people toward Jesus.
I was about maybe 10 years old or so, and sitting in the sanctuary here at the Northland campus, and I just felt the Holy Spirit saying, you really need to be, you need to consider being a pastor, become a pastor. And so I grew up and I disregarded that totally, and went and got married, had children, and then went to work in the secular world as a drugstore manager. So I did that for several years, and then again, the Holy Spirit kind of prompted me to quit my job, and just at that time, my friend who was the associate pastor here said, hey, why don't you come to work for us? And so I came to work. I did college ministry for a while. I was the janitor, and I was also the sound technician for the entire time. So I did that, and then in 2000, I became the business administrator because it was kind of my background, and I was in business before I came to work here. And so last fall during the pandemic, Matt and I just went out for some lunch, and he said, hey, so we're thinking about changing the Northland campus into a community center, and would you be the director of it? So I said, well, of course. One of the things that I'm really hopeful for is to provide a place for the community to come to meet Jesus.
Well, I got to tell you, that is some good news. I am super excited about our community center as it's coming together. And I want to highlight some things that are coming with that community center. One of those is All Stars. And you're like, whoa, what is All Stars? Well, All Stars is a partner that we're working with. It's a ministry designed to meet the needs of our special needs community. Such an important community. Is such an opportunity to love our neighbors, those right here in our own backyard. And what's great about All Stars is it's an opportunity to do it through sports. to play sports together, to have karaoke together, to do some crafts together, to munch on some amazing snacks. And then ultimately, right, at the end of the night, we get the opportunity to share the gospel together. And so really excited about that. One of those other partners that we have is More Better Bikes. Pastor Kim and his ministry of not only training young men vocationally to work on bikes, but to meet that need in our community. So whether you have a bike and you need work on it, or maybe you're coming out of a hard situation and you need some type of transportation, More Better Bikes is so excited to meet that need for you. And there's so many things happening in that space to come. And so I want you to keep a lookout for that and that good news. But one of the good news I want to share with you is I want to share with you an important ministry that we've been happening for a long time that is working with our community center, and that is ESL, English as a Second Language. And we've got some really great news we want you to hear about. Take a listen.
Hi, my name's Jan, and I am one of the teachers in our ESL program. That means English as a Second Language. And so we are teaching English to the immigrants who are in our area. And some of these folks are brand new to our country, and others have been here a long time, but they need to be able to speak English. And we have several different levels. We have beginning, we have what we call level 2 and level 3 and level 4. I'm one of the level 1 teachers.
I'm Stephanie Sittner, and I've been a part of Crossroads ESL program since the very beginning, which was in February of 2006. This year we enrolled about 123 students, which is a good number. That's morning and evening classes. And they come from 20 different countries. We have pretty much the same percentages as we've always had. Little more than half of our students are from Mexico, and the great majority of all of our students are Spanish speaking.
I've been teaching English for probably about 10 years. I have never had any official training. I like to say that if you speak English, you can teach English. So that's just a pitch for more volunteers. But I do it. I started doing it because there was a need. The Bible talks about to do what the hand finds to do, and there was a need for English teachers. And I love people, I care about people, and I thought this is a good opportunity to show Christ's love to people.
I really believe that just as God commanded the Israelites to care for the strangers in their midst, that God has given us that same command to care for those who are a part of our community, but they come as strangers. And they have many obstacles to overcome. They have to learn the language principally, and that's what we're providing. But we provide so much more than that.
The folks that come to our classes they're here because they want to be here. And they know that they're in a church. And I believe that they know that we are Christians. I think the teachers feel more that our classes are more about caring for the students and showing them love versus just, straight English. The English is important, but it's letting them know that that we care about them.
When we came back from Turkey in 2008, I joined in with the ongoing English as a Second Language program that was going on here at Crossroads. And I've been teaching every year since. Craig has been teaching off and on, and we love our students. They come from about 20 different countries. And just as an example, we've had Fang Hua from China, who joined our classes several years ago and then had to drop out because she went back to China, moved away. Now she's back, and just this Tuesday, she actually handed us $400 in cash and said, "Give this to the church. You're doing something great for all of us."
This morning we had an English lesson with a fellow from Saudi Arabia. who is also interested in learning about Christianity. So we have a great time together, just sharing our lives with these international students.
That is some good news. And I'll tell you this, we are super thankful for the Myers, the Sittners, and the Randalls, and all their amazing work, not only with ESL, but their heartbeat for reaching those in our community that are coming from all nations. Thank you for doing that. And what's cool about that, again, is it's right here in our own backyard. And speaking of our own backyard, we have so many incredible partners that we partner with right here in our community. And so we would be remiss not to celebrate some good news of what God's doing right here in our own community. And so we put this little thing together, and I got to travel to some of our partners' locations. I got to ask them some great questions, and they want to take a minute and celebrate with you and thank you and let you know about the good news that is happening because of your generosity.
Hey, Crossroads Church, it's Pastor Trevor here, and I'm so excited to be with you. I got a very special friend here. We're right in the lobby of St. Anthony's North, and I want to introduce you to Constance. Constance is the CEO here, and as you know, we've been in an incredible partnership with this hospital over a year plus now, I believe.
Over a year.
Yeah, and so I want you to hear how that partnership's been impactful to them, and she's going to share some good news with you.
Thank you, Trevor. Yeah, it's been an amazing partnership, and I can't believe that it's already been over a year, but it has. And you guys just showed up at the right time, right? Because obviously it was March of last year that COVID impacted us and showed up here in Colorado. And you guys were there. I don't know the exact month, but the timing was perfect.
January.
We intersected perfectly.
Yeah,
okay, so
right.
Anyway, so it was a perfect time. And I think the most important thing, obviously we've done the partnerships on the Easter baskets and all of the rounding with the hot sauce and coffees and just all kinds of things. We could take an hour probably listing all of the things, but I think the takeaway is really that the staff in this hospital, not only do they feel supported by you, I think, remember it was probably about 5 months into our relationship together that you were rounding with me, and they started to make the connection. It was Crossroads Church. Do you remember that?
I do.
Because I was like, at the time last year, a lot of community partners stepped up during COVID to be able to help, whether it was with food or whatever. But they didn't know who that partner was, right? The staff couldn't articulate who the partner was. But the beautiful thing to me was when they could say, wow, like I would round and multiple staff members would say, wow, Crossroads has really stepped up and continued to support us.
My name is Brian Decker, and I run the North Denver Cares Food Pantry. And we're a very large food pantry. We serve an average of 400 families a week here at the groceries. And they can come every week, or they can come twice a month or once a month, whatever their preference is. We've been super busy the last year and a half because people need food. And so what we do here is provide groceries for folks that need it. And then we do have a big referral service where we refer people to other agencies to get help for like housing and utility assistance and things of that nature.
My name is Carrie Hinton, and my family and I have attended Crossroads for several years now. And last summer, when we were doing the hot sauce, Trevor and I came up with an idea to just love on our local elementary school where my children go. And at the end of the year, we were able to provide them with some hot sauce, and just as a way to say thank you for all of your hard work during the year. Well, that idea kind of grew and grew. We've done things like provided burritos, provided candy, journals, and one of our last initiatives this year will be inviting them to our Christmas Eve service and really welcoming them into our community here.
Hi, my name is Lisa Dudley. I am a board member with My Choice Pregnancy Resource Center. We are a new pregnancy center which has opened at 84th and Zuni, and our mission is to come alongside very fearful young women or old women and men facing an unplanned pregnancy, and to show them the compassion, love, and support that we can offer through Jesus. And We come alongside them, we give them encouragement, support, materials, mentoring, whatever they need to embrace the gift of life that they have in their new little babies. When a young lady walked through our doors a few weeks ago, we just tried to shower her with love, showing her compassion, support, encouragement. She was in a situation where her financial circumstances and her family were all coming together, making her feel a ton of pressure to have an abortion. But as we were able to build a relationship with her and show her encouragement, support, resources that were available, and help her have an ultrasound so she could see this little new life growing inside her. It was a huge turnaround. And we're excited because she is going to be having her baby in the coming year. We are walking alongside her, and so grateful, Crossroads, for your support for us financially, with volunteer time. We just can't thank you enough as we partner together to help these women and couples facing an unplanned pregnancy.
Additionally, I want to tell you about a couple more things that are coming on the horizon that you can be looking forward to. One is with compassion. I think that is an incredible celebration. Crossroads, you showed up. You not only showed up, but we adopted an entire village in Guatemala, Mazdanego. Unbelievable. Over 100+ kids are now receiving support, and we want to continue that support, not only of those children, but also future support of what Compassion's doing. And so be on the lookout for that this year. We've got a fun thing on the horizon. Also want to tell you about this from our global servant side, that we as Crossroads Church are committed again to supporting our global servants, and that means bringing them here to you, for you have the opportunity to meet them, to connect with them. And so in 2022, we have a commitment to bring 2 opportunities for you to meet our global servants, and I'm really excited for you to participate in that opportunity. I want to remind you, we serve an incredible God. We serve an incredible God who loves those around him in practical ways, and you and I get to participate in that. We get to love your neighbor, y'all. And that's the great news about 2020, is that we're going to go together. We're going to love our neighbors. We're going to love our community. We're going to love those that God's put around us. And next year, we are going to celebrate all the good things he has done. That is good news. Crossroads, thanks for your generosity, and thanks for sharing the good news.